Just like everybody else on their 18th birthday, I was restrained, shaved, and asked a very simple question. Are you a Maximista or a Marshallista? TJ Maxx and Marshalls, two stores usually right next to each other that you go to thinking you're getting two different shopping experiences. However, they are owned by the same company, TJX Companies, which owns TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods, and some other called Sierra that I've never heard of. Just like everybody else, I've always gone to TJ Maxx and been like, wow, I just got some great deals. But what does Marshalls have to offer? Usually some different brands, but it's the same company, making you think, oh, these guys must hate each other. They always buy stores right next to one another. How could that be possible? So we're gonna go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and we're gonna visit their pantry aisles, which, just like their clothes, are off-brand and from last season. Let's go see what we can find. All right, we made it to the TJ Maxx and Marshalls in Chelsea, and as usual, there's one right next to the other. Which one do you want to do first, up or down?
Gotta go down.
Gotta go down. I've never gone down to a Marshalls with another guy before. If you think I'm not doing some personal shopping while we're here, you're out of your mind. Here's the Dubai chocolate. We gotta try it, I guess. Ube coconut rolls. It's cool because I have to imagine that these were all startups that tried out a new product, it didn't work, and found a second life here, and we get to try it. God, look at all the Orchard Valley. What kind of fruit and chocolate do you want, dude? Heavenly Hunks, they named a product after me, that's awesome. Little Temptations. Like, I don't even know if we're gonna rank all this, just to have. I'd like to try some of these. I didn't expect there to be so much. I actually need a rotary cheese grater. Like, no one needs a rotary cheese grater, don't get me wrong. But like, I'd like to have one. What kind of pickled vegetable do we get? Carrots or asparagus? I mean, that's grosser and more hilarious.
Yeah.
Come on, let me get Taco-Litos, Steve. Come on, I want Taco-Litos.
Okay, fine.
Okay, Steve. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just want to point out that it's July. Can I get it? Can I get it?
Well, you have to carry it home.
It's called Motorized Rage Fire Insanity. Look at the amount of ammo on this thing. I love the names of the brands here. It's like Denim Flower. I have a shirt at home from here that's called Cactus Man. That's the brand. Like, what? Who are you? Who comes to Marshalls to get food? You come here for clothes and you buy food as an impulse buy. I like to think that what we do is unique. We just bought more than I've ever bought at Marshalls. Let's go to TJ Maxx. I think TJ Maxx is nicer. I think we might have up. If the food's nicer, uh-oh. They got stuff behind glass. This is way nicer. It's laid out so much nicer. Damn, we screwed up. These are the same things. This is the same stuff. All right, I don't need these chocolate coins. This is effectively the same thing. Let's just get out of here. This is not worth waiting in the line for, Babish fam. We got some gold, Babish fam. Let's get out of here. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm a fully grown adult, but I still have to like take a step and get my bearings before I get on an escalator. I don't want to be the first guy to ever fall on an escalator. And we're back. Oh, Candy Dreams. Priced at $4.99. We have each one of these lollipops is a distinct, unique flavor and a distinct, unique. Oh, okay, I love it. $4.99. You're getting watermelon, pineapple, blackberry, orange, strawberry, and lemon. And they come with delightful illustration therein. Look at this. Nobody asked them to do this. They only did it for whimsy. That's the only reason that this has been solid yellow, and everybody would have been like, fine. It's been a long time since I've been a child. Doesn't smell like anything. That tastes like the lollipops from the bank. So not terrible. I don't know what I'm expecting from a lollipop. I love that it's a wooden stick. Pineapple. I'm not joking. That tastes like communion wine. This tastes like Welch's grape juice. Not communion wine. But it tastes like Welch's grape. This does not taste like pineapple. Well, this is a real mixed bag of monkeys. These are basic human candy. I would give them a 5 if they were just plain color. I'm gonna give them a 6 for this stuff going on here, because that is admirable. Snickers Coffee, question mark, exclamation point. That's what I feel about this, that this exists and I haven't heard of it. $8 for this coffee, that's half the price of La Colombe. You can't tell me that's not a good bargain. Just coffee, it's just coffee. If I had drank this without the use of my eyes, then I would be like, that's some mildly hazelnut coffee. This just only tastes like a mildly flavored coffee, and it does taste like hazelnut coffee, making me wonder, does hazelnut coffee actually even taste like hazelnut? Or is this just hazelnut coffee? And they'll be like, just call it Snickers coffee. Who gives a shit? It tastes very flat and stale. It's pre-ground coffee, and I got it at Marshalls. So it's not the beacon of freshness, probably. I'll give you a 4. It tastes stale, it tastes really flat. Organic coconut rolls with ube flavor. Color me interested, which I think is purple. Suitable for vegetarians. I've never seen that before. Made in Thailand. Okay, they're not as brilliant, bright, royal purple as they are on the bag, so right off the bat, it's gonna cost you many, many points. I love ube, I love coconut. I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's coconut. I do taste coconut. I don't know if this is their intended texture, but it tastes like I opened this up and left it open during a very humid week. These taste so stale. It might be what they're supposed to taste like. They're coconut crisps. I think I can taste the ube flavor. It's a very subtle flavor that always has kind of reminded me of like a fruity vanilla almost. I taste coconut. Flavor's lovely, texture is abhorrent. I can't in my right mind give these better than a 4. I wouldn't eat any more of them. I love the way they taste. Don't want to put another one in my mouth. It is July, and Marshalls featured an entire Halloween aisle. Not even in the Halloween aisle, just in the pantry sundry aisle was this Candy Cauldron Harvest Mix, which doesn't say at all what it is. It doesn't say. Everything nice, Candy Cauldron, which seems more like a brand. This is the brand, but Candy Cauldron Harvest Mix. What is it? I mean, I can tell by looking at it, but you can't trust me, the consumer. Whose idea was it to put brown on the candy corn? Whose idea was it to make this dirt candy corn? There's a couple normal pumpkins in there, there's a couple normal corns, but then you got these mistakes. When I look through this bag, it looks like the colors bled together. Doesn't look right to me. It's shriveled. These normally shriveled like that? Yeah, it does taste a little dried out. Like it's not as soft and like, something about candy corn when you chew it, it almost turns creamy in the mouth. This doesn't do that. It feels dried out, so I wonder if those wrinkles are legit. It tastes sort of like normal candy corn, but then it's got this odd fruity flavor behind it. Very, very, very subtle. Like you have to be paying attention to the candy corn that you're eating, which I don't think anybody does. Candy corn's pretty awful to begin with. I think I would rate normal candy corn at a 4 because it's like candy that you have to tolerate. And this is a step worse, so I'll give it a 3. Dippin' Dots Cake Poppers, which Dippin' Dots, if I'm not mistook, are a frozen ice cream treat. And this is a room temperature cake pop. Bite-sized bliss without the stick, without that horrible stick to get in your way. Yeah, cake pops. Fudgy to the point where they feel like they were never baked. Like when you make cake pops, you take baked cake, you mix it with frosting, and you make this moist, dense core that then you dip in chocolate. And this moist, dense core tastes like and feels like if you underbaked a cake hilariously and scooped out the center and ate it like porridge. It's dense to the point of being chewy. The outside, I thought was at least gonna have the decency to be chocolate. I think it's fondant. It sucks, I don't like it. It kind of tastes like brownie flavored cereal or something. 2 of these are 140 calories. That sucks. They still taste like sugar. I'll give them a 3. They don't taste like horrible, they're just bad. Next up, Mossy Oak Socks, 15 pairs for $10. Got this specifically because it was a brand I have never heard of, and that's what Marshalls and TJ Maxx is all about. All right, these are a sock size 10 to 13, shoe size 6 to 12, which, what? You know, I think that this is a sock worn exclusively by uncles, and I am an uncle. These are fine. For 66 cents a pair, they're fine. I'll give them a 5, they're socks. I'll get back to you after I've worn them for a year. We'll see how they wear, and we'll make a short about it. We'll see how these do after a couple washes on not the delicate setting. Curenero? Curenero. Not only is it an incomprehensible name, they just shoved a heart in there. I don't think that's a surrogate for another letter. It'd be like if you had Doritos and you just put a heart in between the T and the I. Heart toes. Macarons, hopefully pistachio. Macarons filled with pistachio flavored, natural flavored cream. Let's see if that's the truth. be that cynical to make something like this and call it a macaron. Macarons are supposed to have something of a chew to them. They're supposed to be, at the very least, soft. I'd rather these be sandwich cookies that look like macarons, but instead, they're just powder. The pistachio flavor is horrible. It tastes like pistachio scented hand soap. It's terrible. Pistachio candle. The texture's insane. There's a weird vegetal flavor too. Zero. Worthless. Next up we have Ghirardelli San Francisco. Dolmas, stuffed vine leaves with extra virgin olive oil. $3.99. Ugh. For canned dolma, those look really good actually. Like they look really normal. This surprisingly has a really great texture. The leaf is very tender. Sometimes you get a light leaf that kind of pulls off a little bit. And the rice is genuinely like al dente, like there's a good chew to this. It's a very plain flavor. I wish they had like more dill in there or something. I could use some more oregano. I mean, these are a very plain snack. I can't hold that against them. I'm impressed with how good it is coming out of a can. I would not have guessed that this came. I've never had much canned dolma. Perfectly fine dolma. I've had worse. I've had worse. Give them a 6. They're good. Can't believe it came out of a can. Tom and Luke, nourishment for healthy lifestyles. Fruit and nut Snackaballs. Personal trainer and chef, Tom and Luke. Best friends, even though one's jacked and the other one's, chef. It's not a bad name, but it also is Snackaballs. Oh. I'll tell you, as far as energy pucks go, those are pretty good. They taste undeniably healthy. They don't taste like pea protein, that's cool. They're vegan, gluten-free, no added sugar. They actually have a great chewy texture. Still tastes like health food, but primarily they taste like coconut, a little bit of caramel from the just flavor they added, and dates. It's a great texture, it's a good flavor, it's healthy. Give it a 7, they're good. I'm gonna keep eating those later. Ah, you threw a candle? Jesus Christ. Next up we have something that I think is as TJ Maxx as the day is long, a pumpkin spice candle. I bet they have pumpkin spice all year because it is July. $7.99. The glass cracked. Yep, that smells like the gift shop on the main street of the small town in rural upstate New York or Maine or East Coast small towns, Main Street. Gift shop, go in, you smell like cinnamon and wood. And there's crafts as far as the eye can see and postcards and knitted things, and your partner just goes nuts and insists on going in. But you're a guy. And that's dumb. Anyway, that's what this smells like. I actually love those shops. This doesn't smell very good. It cracks if you use a blowtorch to light it for way too long. That's gonna cost you. I only got one speed, torch. It's a pumpkin spice candle, I'll give it a 4. Chunk Nibbles. They call me Chunk Nibbles. Strawberry, sweet and salty clusters. You can't say that. You can't just say they're sweet and salty clusters of what? They're good. You're getting 2 different kinds of crunch. One from the pretzel, one from the corn squares, which I assume are Chex Mix. One is kind of like a bready, thick crunch, the pretzel, and then the corn squares are this light, shattery crunch. So you got a great mixture of textures in there. So yeah, you got white chocolate that's holding together pieces of pretzel and Chex Mix and some freeze-dried strawberries thrown in there for the mix. It's good. And they have other flavors that I think I would like more, like peanut butter chocolate, apple cinnamon toffee. That sounds great. Peppermint doesn't, never mind. But it's good. I'd keep eating these. It doesn't have a super natural flavor with the strawberries because they're freeze-dried, which still tastes like strawberry, but tastes like a freeze-dried strawberry. It's good. I'm gonna give these I'll give them a 7. What's next? And will it be a spit or a kiss? Taco-Litos. We have a Taki competitor, spicy chili and lime. Get your flavor on. Ah! Super bright, angry red. Oh, some of them have unfurled and shown their true state, which is like a flap. They have the same insane colors, Takis, but none of the same awful other attributes. They taste like corn. They taste like a corn chip. And you can taste the oil in there, you can taste the frying fat. They track your fingers the same way your Flamin' Hots do, but the flavor is surprisingly mild, really good, just like a little bit of acidity, but not so much like Takis are sour. They're just straight up sour to me. And they're like too spicy. This tastes like a nice spice mix, little tiny bit of heat back there, little tiny bit of acidity. I think there's a way more balanced Taki flavor-wise and better texture too. They're a little thinner, like the actual flap that gets rolled up. Like that is a little thinner than what a Taki gets. And as a result, they're less crunchy and they're more shattering. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm about to bust into this bag at their suggestion. I'd snack on these all day. I'm gonna give them an 8. Cubetti, dolcetto, fatto in Italia con amore, made in Italy with amore. Dolcetto Cubetti wafers are crafted in Italy's countryside by artisanal bakers whose mission it is to bring you Cubetti's signature texture and taste. My mission is to bring you Cubetti's signature texture and taste. That's my mission. I'm Italian. Didn't think that was gonna happen. These are fine. They're just like chocolate wafers, pretty much. They do have a less chocolate cream filling than I thought from looking at them. The chocolate flavor is very, very good. It's a high quality dark chocolate flavor. European chocolate for surezies. They taste good, they're a little dry. For that reason, I'll give them a 6. I'd give them a 7 otherwise, but they're a little dry. Come on, babe, just the fun part. Which is all I can see now, because those are tips, so call them just the tips. What are you doing? These are waffle cones filled with milk chocolate. Give us a shout on social media while enjoying just the fun part for a chance to be featured on our page.
That could be huge for us.
After all that fun talk, let's see if you actually capture the fun. At first I was like, damn it, they did it. The sons of did it. But then I was like, it's a waffle cone with some milk chocolate in it. First I will say, the milk chocolate is flavorless. I barely taste chocolate. It is a good texture because it's just hardened chocolate, but like barely any flavor. And second, kind of makes you realize maybe that part of the ice cream cone is so great because it's something that you work towards as you eat the entire ice cream cone. It's a little catharsis you get at the end. For them to just chop it off like a rhino horn and just sell it to you, not only is there no romance to it, it should be illegal. Like this is just a waffle cone with some really, really bland chocolate in it. It is also wildly undersalted, and it shows 15 milligrams of salt in 2 pieces. That is not much. This could really use some freaking salt. All that to be said, the waffle cone has a surprisingly great light, crisp texture. The chocolate has a good texture. The flavor is just not there. I do think it kind of ruins just the fun part. I'll give it a 4. Just the fun parts. Look at all my fun parts. Look at the fun parts. These are just the fun parts. That's all I get is the fun parts. Oh, I saw this at checkout and I said, no, I will not go home without that. What we have here, folks, is dried mango dipped in spicy chocolate. I've never seen the sentence spicy chocolate before. For the record, I think this sounds great. Maybe it's like a tagine kind of situation in white chocolate. Let's find out. For those who love a bold kick, hashtag munch. Oh Christ, that's the name of the company is hashtag munch. Ah, that smells weird. That smells funny. Ah, only half of it's dipped. Whoa, there's 5 ingredients. Ripe fresh mango, spicy chocolate, sugar, citric acid, sodium metabisulfite. Never heard that one. What if I'm allergic to one of these many dots that are in this spicy chocolate? Look at the number of dots, their colors. There's like 2 of them. Is that oregano? It does look like queso, doesn't it, Steve? Ripe fresh mango is very, almost flavorless. I've never had dried mango so devoid of mango flavor. It's also been sweetened. It's got that like sugar dust on the outside of it. And then it's got this white chocolate on it. And when you eat that, that is all you taste. You got a little bit of heat on the back end. I can't really detect what these flavors are. It might just be cayenne or something. So that sucks. I'm gonna give it a 4. I don't like it. A lot of 4s today. Next up, a big jar of pickled asparagus. This used to be all they had at TJ Maxx Marshalls in the pantry area. They used to just only keep the fun snacks by the cash register, and they would put like oil, some coffee, and this in the pantry area. It would be like, and salt, be like a whole bunch of different salt, every color, mostly pink. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you something, Steve, that is some not terrible pickled asparagus. Lightly crunchy, it's not fibrous at all. I'm not fighting to bite through it. It doesn't have any funny aftertaste. Sometimes pickled asparagus has this awful aftertaste, at least in my experience. A lot of dill flavor. If this were on a plate of antipasti, I'd be like, oh, this is a lovely addition to this plate of antipasti. Oh, let's be said, it's pickled asparagus, so I'm not gonna give it like a great score, but I also kind of like it. I'm gonna give it a 6. Give me all that stuff. This is all in French, so I don't understand it. Pure butter French shortbreads. These better be awesome. I better love these. Let's see, My Lucky Charms, 1888. First ingredient flour, second ingredient butter. Sugar, eggs, egg yolk, powder, caramel. Nothing gross, nothing preservative-y. Okay, so far so good. I love the look of them. They have a shiny top. That indicates to me that there's gonna be a light crispness. That is about as light and crisp and buttery a shortbread as I've ever had. It definitely tastes shelf stable. It doesn't taste preserved. It doesn't taste like, gross preservatives or anything. It just tastes like, not fresh, which is fine. I think that's about the only way this could be better. As such, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it's a wonderful shortbread. What do you want? Wet snacks? Joe's Candies. Yeah, with 6 pieces. How many did you have before? 5? I see why now. 6 pieces. Folks, I never thought I'd say this, but there's too much chocolate on that graham cracker. Seriously, it needs more crunch. I want more crunch. I want more graham cracker. But maybe I'm just an old man. Okay, that's a chocolate-covered graham cracker. It's very whatever chocolate. There's a little bit too much of it, but it's still a chocolate-covered graham cracker. The chocolate isn't good enough. No, it's good. I'll give it a 7. It's a chocolate-covered graham cracker. David's Cookies. Double chocolate chip pecan melt-away. This is a very dated font. This box could be from 1995. Wow, it actually has Comic Sans on the back. Smart cookies agree, we're a bite above the rest, which is not a thing. Oh, not what I expected, if I'm being honest. That is like a caricature of an old lady cookie. It's like barely sweet, and it's got a really nice light texture. It's got the dusting of sugar on the outside, hilariously dry, with nuts in there. Dry cookie with nuts, don't bust in my bag. They do kind of melt away, they're too dry. God, they're craveable though. I could see eating a bunch of those, mostly because I'd want more flavor. I do love that the powdered sugar, when it hits you, it's almost like a powdered sugar donut where it tastes cold for a second, And then it does kind of melt, which creating that melt away effect. The cookie itself is not melt away whatsoever. It's just very light and crisp. They're not bad, but they're also not very good. I'll give them a 6. If you ever wondered what old lady cookies are like, ask David. All right, folks, story time. Where's the tractor? $6.99, felt flaps, and a mirror. Also available, where's the digger? Where's the farmer? I don't see him. I see a rooster. Is he here? Oh, I see. Ah! Here she is. Where's the combine harvester? You just went from 1 to 50 and where's the farmer? Where's the combine harvester? And where are you? Oh, there you are. And there you have it, folks. 5 pages. I feel like it's short for any age. Like if I'm trying to read a story to an infant, I'm like, what do I do now? I'm out of book. That was 5, was that even 5 pages long? How many where were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This felt a little low effort to me. Where's the digger was a roller coaster compared to this. This is MCU Phase 5. Like this is not doing it for me. It's a 3. This is a kid's book. Salmon Spread. Spread you some. $3.99. Compare at $5. Ooh. Usually I'm seeing this in those fancy French MREs. What are we dealing with here? Ooh. Oh, wow. That looks smooth. Ooh, not as smooth a pate as I was hoping for. I can't tell if this is bad or if I just hate it. You're big into tinned fish. Can you try this?
Oh, it looks like cat food.
It does. It's so smooth at the top.
Who hasn't tried cat food? Well, for somebody who thought it looked like cat food, you got a huge bite of that.
But not great. It's like no texture, it's just blended together.
There's a bitterness to it. That was something that was...
Yeah, I don't really like that at all.
So we know it's not just my distaste for canned fish of any kind. I am verified in saying so because Nico loves tinned fish, loves it. So for him to not like this, it's gotta be bad. Yeah, let's give it a 3. I f***ing hate it. Heavenly Hunks, my birth name before I changed it to Andrew Rhea. Brownie bite. There's about the same amount of sugar in this as there were in those Snackaballs, but half of it's added, half of it's naturally there. So you're getting roughly the same caloric sugar intake. It has the same texture that I kind of like. Again, these are just the chunks you get from the bulk aisle of energy cubes. That's what these are. It has a decent natural chocolate flavor. It's dense, but it's got those oats in there, bringing not a crunch, but a texture to it and lending a little bit of tenderness. For a health food, it's pretty good. I don't know, I'm gonna give these a 5. It's not like they're great and I wanna keep housing them, but if I were craving something sweet or something brownie-like and I couldn't have carbs or I couldn't have too much sugar or whatever, these would scratch the itch, so I'll give them a 5. Nails, but not the kind I know about, like construction stuff kind. Here's an interesting question. How do you get these off? This looks complicated, dude. I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore. Remove any nail polish. Check. There we go. I'm figuring this out. Oh. It smells like creepy crawlers. Stick. Peel. But go big or go home, right? There we go. All right. It's pulling my nail. The nail is too small, so it's arched and it's only stuck in the center. So it's basically just pulling my nail up and it hurts. And I don't like it. But do I love the way it looks? Kind of. Yeah, wow. Very hard to imagine going through your day wearing 5 of these and attempting to perform even the most everyday of tasks. But that's not what I'm ranking, is it? Oh, ow. The adhesive is dog shit. The adhesive is really bad. And these feel fake. These feel fake. I don't know. I'll give these a 5 because I don't know. They're probably 5. All right, Chef Kim's Rosé cheese. What the Do you have the right amount of water? The only thing I do know is it's really tasty. Yeah, definitely too much water in here. If this was a thick sauce, good night. Yep. Pre-mixed sauce, a little overflow, but I think you'll agree, they're a little less watery. So, Nico looked it up and Rosé Topokki apparently is pretty close to a vodka sauce. It's a very light pink tomato sauce. And it's highly delicious. It tastes really good. I can't really identify what's going on here. I think there's like dried basil, maybe some dried oregano. Parmesan, like bottled Parmesan. There's so much shit in here, it's insane. It's an instant snack and it's really quite very good. It definitely tastes super fake, but like, that's the point, right? This is a microwave snack. How much do I love it? Enough to give it a 9? Yes, I eat this whole bowl. Next up we have some organic sweet matcha, a cafe-style blend. Premium grade green tea. It's got 9 grams of added sugar per 2 teaspoons. No wonder it's not very green. I was about to say that this is pretty pale, and I'll tell you why, folks. It's just matcha flavored sugar. That's sugar, you can see. It just has a little matcha in it.
Oh!
That was a bad mouth experience. That is a picture of matcha. That is not the actual product. This should not be legal. It doesn't dissolve easily. It's dumb. I don't like it, and it's free. I think I'm definitely muddied by that thing that happened. Let me try it. Found another one. It's a homing beacon in my mouth. Red Tractor Protein Creamy Style Oatmeal. Sun ripened. I know that they use the sun to grow, but ripen? Farmers in the comments, tell me, do you ripen oats? Do oats ripen? It's made in Australia for some reason, and it's creamy style. What it is instant oats, which I think might be what they're referring to, because instant oats tend to be pretty creamy because they're really, really thin and processed and cook more quickly, so they turn into more of a mush. That tastes like plain oatmeal, not protein oatmeal. I don't taste protein. If I really look for it, maybe there's some like protein powder funk to it, but like for the most part, I just taste oats with a normal instant oat texture. That's pretty cool. I'll give it a 6. It's sustenance with a little something extra. Next up we have Ghirardelli mini bite-sized chocolate chip cookies. These look like those cookies you get in a bag from the vending machine. One of the few products that we've gotten today that doesn't have an airtight seal. This just has a piece of tape. This could have been opened. It's only taped on one side. These are so awful. Not only do they taste like tube cookie mix on steroids, they are stale as year-old bread. They're both soft and hard at the same time. This is the most stale tasting and stale feeling thing I've ever eaten. I hate them. I don't like that they just open from the back like this. They look awful, and they besmirch a perfectly good American chocolate brand. I'm gonna give these a 2. Okay. Lindor birthday cake truffles, an as yet undiscovered flavor of Lindor. And these are white chocolate truffles with sprinkles, I assume. Whoa! They smell like birthday cake. I'll tell you, it smells like I cracked open a can of birthday cake. Frosting. Oh, they don't look very birthday cake, Steve. Oh, they're just white. It's a white chocolate truffle with a ton of like faux vanilla flavor. That's why you get the birthday cake vibe. It does taste like birthday cake truffles. So this begs the question, how dead am I inside? Do I like these or not? They taste really nice, but they're ugly. I'm gonna give them a 6. I would give them a 7 because they taste like birthday cake frosting, pretty much, but white chocolate. They still taste like white chocolate, that's my other problem. You can definitely taste white chocolate, and they just have no whimsy about them whatsoever. Very Swiss indeed. Girl Scouts cookies. We got Girl Scouts Thin Mint Snappers. These look like way better Thin Mints. Look at these versus those pucks, those rations versus these snappers. Well, pretty accurate. Well, it's delicious. The cookie bits taste like the Thin Mint cookie. I like Thin Mints. I would normally give Thin Mints, personally, I'd give them a 7 because I enjoy them, but nothing like Samoa's, nothing like that other one that I like that I can't remember. I'm gonna give Samoa's an honorary 10, and if normal Thin Mints get a 7, I think these get an 8. These are an improved Thin Mint. So you don't have to give money to the Girl Scouts anymore. You can just give it to Mark, Edward Mark, a man. Dubai style chocolates. This so-called Dubai chocolate has been having a huge moment on social media and now annoyingly is everywhere. It all feels coordinated. In less than a year from this blowing up on TikTok, there were bars ready, like 3 different brands of bars ready at my local grocer. And there were 4 different kinds of Dubai style chocolate at Marshalls. Maybe it's just really good, let's find out. Question mark? It says ORP on it? What the hell is that? That's not what I was led to believe Dubai style chocolate is. Actual Dubai chocolate is filled with thin strips of phyllo that have been stripped and fried so you get these crunchy little bits. There's hardly little to none of that in here. It's mostly pistachio cream. I do not think that this is representative of what we've been seeing on our feeds. All that to be said is a standalone snack product. Tastes good. It's high quality milk chocolate. And pistachio cream, it's not bad, but it's also not very good, and it's a huge letdown based off what this is supposed to be, and even the picture, that looks at least like guacamole. But that's not what it looks like, not at all. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's a perfectly pleasurable enough mouth object, but I'm not gonna do any more. One of my favorite things in this battle world is those Brookfield chocolate-covered acai berry goo things. These are different. These are chocolate-covered blueberries. They're very clearly trying to take something of that market share of the Brookfield. Oh, I just bought a bag of these like a couple months ago. It wasn't in a clear bag, and these look awful in a clear bag. They shouldn't have switched it. I also do remember these tasting like dirt. That they're using sweetened blueberries inside of chocolate is hilarious because it tastes sour and bitter and then a little bit dirty. I still kind of like it in a gross, private way. Too many shortcomings. It is tart, it is bitter. The chocolate is really high quality, but it's bitter. I think the dirt flavor's gone, actually. It's just sour and bitter. That's an improvement, but not much. So I'm gonna give this a 5. These are kind of not where they need to be. Let's get some shrooms in me. Who's ready to trip? Okay, we have Cordyceps Mushrooms, Daily Gummies, mango and pineapple flavored. They don't taste bad. They have a terrible texture. It's gritty. That being said, they're vitamin gummies. So 6, they taste good. They taste good, and gummy vitamins can have textures and flavor, whatever. Sienna RT, made in Italy from an old Italian family recipe. Homemade style potato gnocchi. Definitely not homemade. This has always wigged me out. Room temperature gnocchi. I know it's a thing and I've had it before and it's fine, but it's weird. Oh, it smells bad. They're not gonna taste that way. I bet they're not gonna taste that way. They probably have some preservative at room temperature or whatever that's gonna boil off or something. It smells like dog and crayons. It smells insane. And this is gonna be a rare double review, because we have fresh pasta that we're gonna cook and we need some sauce. So we got some of Yo Mama's sauce, you loser. Okay, wow, what is this, a homemade meal? The sauce is gross. It's raw tasting, which normally I like. It tastes too processed, like a more sour Tombstone. Like it tastes like Tombstone sauce packets from Lunchables if you added citric acid to it, like, no. These gnocchi are extremely soft. Luckily, they don't have any of that horrible smell that they were accompanied by in the package. They're way too soft. They don't have any density to them. And I only cook them for the specified amount of time. And the sauce is childlike, but not as sweet. So it's not childlike. It's just Yo Mama's sauce. More like your dad's sauce. Gnocchi has a neutral flavor with a bad texture. I'm gonna give it a 4. It is just below acceptable. And the sauce is, let me try a little bit on its own just in case. Ugh, yeah, no. Bitter, but also like that sickly kind of sweet of overcooked, overprocessed tomatoes and preservatives. I'm gonna give that sauce a 4 as well. It's a pair of 4s here. Global Brands Little Bear Blend Syrup. You'll notice that it doesn't say the word honey on there. Oh man, it has got a dense texture to it. It's hard to push your spoon into. Am I right, fellas? I think there could be as little as almost no honey in there. That tastes almost like nothing, just sweet. And then you got this little bit of honey flavor in there right at the end, just barely. It's got this awful, like sticky texture. It is just corn syrup with a tiny wee bit of honey in there to make you think, oh, this must be honey. Look, it's in a bear. This is disgusting in that it's mostly just corn syrup and you don't just go around eating corn syrup, do you? I'm going to give it a 2. I don't care for any part of this. Okay. Kinder's premium quality, established 1946 barbecue sauce. I do like the squirt bottle. That is a good idea. I also like the branding. It's kind of cool looking. I would be proud to put this on my patio. It's just really average barbecue sauce. $6.99 for, this looks like you're getting more than your typical barbecue sauce bottle, but I also have no idea. Yeah, it's nothing remarkable. It's not bad either. I'll give it a 6. It's like slightly better than KC Masterpiece. That's a 6. Oh, Hyper Gear. Active noise canceling headphones. Silence. Never sounded so good. And these are very clearly designed to be knockoffs of Sony noise canceling headphones. These look exactly like them. Without noise canceling on, they have very strong sound isolation, so like, I can't hear you super well right now with the noise canceling off. It sounds like canny, like you're, hollow almost, but I kind of can't believe how good the noise canceling is for 20 bucks. I guess technology's come a long way. All right, they sound like shit. They sound like skull candy, but over your ears. All that to be said, for $20, if you're looking for noise canceling headphones to take on your next plane trip, 20 bucks, that's pretty incredible. It's not great, but like, I just can't believe that there are even noise canceling headphones for $20, much less ones that actually work. The sound is shit, but again, noise canceling is good. Even 6, even if you're just using them to take a nap, they're relatively comfortable. Can't believe they're $20. Well, there you have it, folks, a smattering of 37 different products from mostly Marshalls, because Marshalls and TJ Maxx have the same stuff. So what did we learn? There's some decent snacking to be had in the snack aisle of TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. There are some misfires. We got some startup companies that maybe didn't sell so well and ended up in the store, but we have also got some overlooked gems. This was a pretty interesting episode for me to film because I did not know that there were so many things. We must have only gotten 15% of what they had there. There was so much stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments, what snacks did I miss from Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods? What are your favorites? What do you want to see me rank next on this show? And what's going on with you? And remember, whether you're a Marshallista, and remember, whether you're a Maxinista or a Marshall Mathers, we're all passengers on the same gravy boat.